Over 2,000 years ago, long before satellites, GPS, or even telescopes, one man managed to measure the entire planet using nothing but a stick and his own brilliant mind. This is the story of Eratosthenes, a true genius of the ancient world, and how he accomplished one of the greatest intellectual feats in human history. Imagine a time when the world was a vast, mysterious place, and the very shape and size of our planet were subjects of myth and speculation. In this era, a man was born in Cyrene, a Greek colony in modern-day Libya. His name was Eratosthenes, and his insatiable curiosity would change our understanding of the world forever. After receiving the best education money could buy in Athens, the intellectual heart of the ancient world, his reputation for brilliance grew so immense that the Pharaoh of Egypt, Ptolemy III, personally invited him to Alexandria. Alexandria wasn't just any city. It was the shining beacon of the Hellenistic world. And at its core was the legendary Great Library of Alexandria, the largest repository of knowledge in antiquity. It was a place where scrolls held the secrets of mathematics, astronomy, poetry, and history. Eratosthenes was not just invited to study there. He was appointed as the chief librarian, the head of the world's greatest think tank. He walked the same halls as Archimedes and Euclid, surrounded by the accumulated wisdom of civilization. It was in this vibrant intellectual environment that Eratosthenes embarked on his most famous project. He read a fascinating account in a scroll that mentioned a peculiar phenomenon in a city to the south called Syene, near modern-day Aswan. The report claimed that on the summer solstice, at high noon, the sun's rays shone directly down a deep well, illuminating the very bottom. This meant the sun was directly overhead at a perfect 90-degree angle to the ground. This simple observation sparked an extraordinary idea in Eratosthenes' mind. He knew that in Alexandria, at the very same time on the very same day, this did not happen. Vertical objects, like the tall obelisks scattered around the city, still cast a small shadow. He realized that this difference in shadow angles could be the key to measuring the Earth itself. The logic was elegant. If the Earth were flat, the sun's rays, which are essentially parallel, would strike both locations at the same angle, and there would be no difference in shadows. But because the Earth is a sphere, the curvature of the surface causes the angles to differ. So, on the next summer solstice, Eratosthenes conducted his experiment. He measured the angle of the shadow cast by a vertical stick, or gnomon, in Alexandria. He found the angle to be about 7.2 degrees. Now for the brilliant part. He recognized that this angle of 7.2 degrees was the same as the angle between Syene and Alexandria at the Earth's center. And 7.2 degrees is exactly 1/50th of a full circle, which is 360 degrees. All he needed now was the distance between the two cities. This was the trickiest part. He couldn't just get out a giant tape measure. It's believed he hired professional surveyors, men trained to measure long distances by counting their steps. The distance they came back with was about 5,000 stadia. A stadion was an ancient unit of measurement, about the length of a sports stadium. With these two pieces of information, the calculation was simple. If the distance of 5,000 stadia represented 1/50th of the Earth's total circumference, he just needed to multiply that distance by 50. The result was 250,000 stadia. The exact length of the stadion is debated by modern scholars, but by most estimates, Eratosthenes' calculation was astonishingly accurate, somewhere between 1% and 15% of the actual value we know today. Think about that. With no modern instruments, he came incredibly close to the true size of our planet. It was a monumental triumph of observation, reason, and geometry. But measuring the world was just one of Eratosthenes' many achievements. He was a polymath, a person with expertise in a wide range of subjects. In mathematics, he devised a simple yet powerful algorithm for finding prime numbers, which we still call the sieve of Eratosthenes. It is a method so elegant that it is often one of the first algorithms taught to computer science students today. It works by systematically eliminating the multiples of each prime, starting with 2. What's left, sieved through the process, are all the prime numbers up to any given limit. His talents didn't stop there. He was also a pioneering geographer. Building on his understanding of a spherical Earth, he created one of the first world maps to incorporate parallels and meridians, the grid lines of latitude and longitude we use today. He mapped the known world, from the British Isles to Sri Lanka, and from the Caspian Sea to Ethiopia, trying to place everything in its correct location on the globe. He even coined the word geography, literally meaning writing about the Earth. Eratosthenes also delved into history, becoming one of the first chronographers. He attempted to create a scientific timeline of history, establishing fixed dates for major events like the Trojan War and the founding of Rome. He was a literary critic and a poet, a man who could both calculate the size of the planet and appreciate the beauty of a well-written verse. His contemporaries nicknamed him Beta, the second letter of the Greek alphabet, perhaps because he was considered the second best in many different fields. But another nickname they gave him was Pentathlos, after the 5-event Olympic competition, a testament to his incredible versatility and all-around excellence. In his old age, Eratosthenes tragically suffered from an eye disease that led to blindness. For a man whose life was dedicated to reading, observing, and writing, this was a devastating blow. Unwilling to live without the ability to pursue his passions, it is said that he chose to end his own life by voluntary starvation, passing away in Alexandria around the age of 82. Eratosthenes' legacy is immense. He was a true Renaissance man nearly 2,000 years before the Renaissance. His work is a powerful reminder that the greatest tools we have are our curiosity and our ability to reason. He showed that by observing the world carefully and thinking logically, we can uncover its deepest secrets. The story of how he measured the Earth is more than just a historical anecdote. It is a testament to the limitless potential of the human mind and the incredible intellectual achievements of the Hellenistic era, a golden age of discovery that laid the groundwork for our modern world.